Hey guys, it's Lucero and today I'm doing an experiment of sorts. I'm a huge fan of eyeshadow primers because I feel like they help my eyeshadow stay on longer and prevent creasing and all that stuff. But I really haven't done a side-by-side comparison to see how much eyeshadow primer really does improve the longevity and whatnot, or if it improves anything at all. If you're unfamiliar, an eyeshadow primer is just a product that helps your shadow stay on longer, prevents creasing, prevents fading, that sort of thing. One of the more famous, more well-known ones is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Too Faced also makes a shadow insurance, as does NARS with their eyeshadow primer. e.l.f. also makes an eyelid primer in the drugstore line. And I believe Wet n Wild have also come out with a similar tube-style primer. And there are also some colored primers that you could use under your eyeshadows to boost the color, such as the NYX Tempo Eye Pencils, the Makeup Forever Flash Palette, the CoverGirl Smoky Shadow Blast, and the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Studio primers, just to name a few. And these contain pigments to obviously just make your eyeshadow look brighter. You can use corresponding colors or just white under it to make it appear lighter and more vibrant. So what I've done is I've applied eyeshadow, but I only used primer on my right eye. So at the end of the day, I'm going to come back and show you guys the results and see if there's any difference, and if there is, which one works better, just my eye by itself or the primer. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I applied the shadow. It's really simple, but I did go a little bit darker today. That way any differences in the shadow will be really noticeable. But I'll come back in a few hours to let you know how it's going. My right eye is going to have the primer, and I'm using Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Sin. So it's this metallic color. It's different than the regular transparent formula. And the left eye I'm going to leave without primer. The first shadow that I'm going to be using is YDK, which is this brown color from the Naked 2 palette. And I wanted to use the Naked 2 palette because I really like the shadows and I think that they're really good quality. So any creasing or beading really won't be the fault of the shadow itself. So I'm just going to apply it with a fluffy brush all over the lid. Next, I'm going to be using this matte color called Tease, and with the fluffy brush, I'm going to blend out the edges of the shadow. Next, I'm just going to apply a bit of a Foxy, which is this matte cream color, and apply that to the brow bone. Next, I'm just going to line my eyes and use mascara, and today I'm using the Eyeko London Skinny Mini Liquid Eyeliner pen, and for mascara I'm using the CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara. Okay, so right off the bat I really don't notice a huge difference. I did feel like the right eye that had the primer was a little bit stickier, but I really don't think that's affected the pigmentation so far. Right now it's 10:54 in the morning, and I'll check back with you guys at the end of the day to see how the shadows have held up. Okay, so I'm back and it's now 5:04 p.m. So it's been about 6 hours. I was going to wait until like 8 or 10 hours, so it's like the full school or work day, but a couple hours I'm not going to have any sunlight, and I use natural lighting to film, so I kind of have to film right now. But I still think that the results are visible after 6 hours. The right eye that I used the primer with has faded a tiny bit, but hasn't creased on me and really hasn't smudged or moved at all, and it's still very pigmented. Whereas my left eye, which is natural, and I'll zoom in a jiffy, but my plain eye has creased like crazy and the pigment's practically all gone. So yeah, like the primer really does make a difference, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in right now so that you can see up close the results. Okay, so from here the difference isn't too major, but when I look down, you can see that I've creased and the pigment on this side is just pretty much all gone. Whereas like this eye has most of the shadow left. I want to say like 90% pigment, 90% vibrancy. Whereas this eye has just creased on me. And the shadows themselves are not bad. I really like Urban Decay eyeshadows. I just have oily eyelids, and I think for other people who also have oily eyelids, primer is just a step that will really extend the daily life of your eyeshadow application and obviously prevent some creasing, prevent fading, because this eye is just crazy looking. That's it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, that you found the results interesting. I definitely didn't expect such a dramatic difference between the primed eye and the non-primed eye, and I really recommend primer for everybody, and I think this just kind of solidifies my argument. And I mentioned some drugstore primers such as the e.l.f. Primer that's only like $1, so you really don't have to spend a whole lot to get some extra boost to your eyeshadow. Like I said, hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see from me, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will see you all next time. Bye!